Hey, how's it going, everyone? A little bit, you have to forgive this video. I'm a little under the weather. That's why I'm in my robe currently. But it's Friday, and I wanted to at least get a video off because I try to be consistent, at least post 3 days a week. So, um, still wanted to come on because this consistency is key. Uh, as you can see, I decided to set up by the Christmas tree. uh, Thanksgiving's over. It's time to got the Christmas tree out. So anyway, hopefully it makes it a little festive. But I wanted to talk about stocks versus real estate, stock market versus real estate, which is better. This is a conversation that I continue to hear day to day, and just wanted to get into it. So please like and subscribe if you appreciate the content, and I really do appreciate the support. I know you probably hear this a lot from a lot of your content creators, but it's true. We do. We take our time to make these videos, and hopefully they're helpful to you. So I know that's how I feel. There's a lot of content rolling around out there about, you know, why stocks are better than real estate. And I think I understand the argument there, but I just don't like the framing of the question. And I don't like agree with the premise of the question. I don't think it's like stock is better or it has to be a better, but I think it has to be, and like I said in prior videos, has to be stocks and real estate, or real estate and stocks and the business. Um, I think they're all essential. I don't think there's one that's better than the other. There may be something that's better for you and your personality. I could agree with that, but to dismiss one over the other, I think it's a mistake. I think now, and I just got to this place this year. I think that we are no longer in the luxury of having the option of doing one or the other. I think we have to do as many as you can, just because I think the economy, and especially with these next 4 years, I think if you miss the boat on these next 4 years, I think you're going to be in a world of hurt. Just with the way things are growing, the way the stock market is growing, the way crypto is growing, the way real estate is getting expensive, startup costs for a business is getting expensive. There's a lot of things that I think that are changing and very quickly. Even our monetary policy is changing. So I just think you need to be cognizant of those things and plan accordingly. But you don't have the option or the luxury to say, this one over that one or whatever. But find one that you like and dive into it, learn everything you can about it. And then on the ones that you don't like, maybe that's where I would lean into mentorship or a program, something like that. Nothing too sleazy, meaning no scams. How do I know if something's a scam or not? You have to vet it. And in my experience, the best way to do that is to ask people who have went through the course. But I can tell you right now, if someone's trying to say $10,000, no. Is it? Am I saying the people who are scam artists? No. But I'm saying, like, until you get enough investments under your belt, $10,000 is a lot of money, and I think that's a lot of money that could be invested in the stock market. You can go down to Charles Schwab, open an investment account. Most businesses you can start up with $10,000. At least get you going, depending on your business. Or most real estate, depending on where you live, or if you wanted to invest far, you can use $10,000 as a down payment. So I don't know how I feel about your $10,000 being like, before you have any assets, you investing in someone else $10,000. It's a lot of money. But I will say, just get educated, go down the rabbit hole of YouTube University and things of that nature, but find something that fits your personality and what you can tolerate, because it's not a one size fits all by any means, but there is one right for you and your personality. You just need to find out what that is and what that looks like for you. But let's just talk about stocks. With stocks, nothing wrong with it. As long as, in my opinion, I think the way to win. I'm not a stock guy. I've said that multiple times, so take this with a grain of salt. But I have not done anything with stocks. I'm trying to get into it. Excuse me. Whew, under the weather. I'm trying to get more into it. So what I would say with stocks is to dollar cost average. You can't go wrong with that. Um, you know, pick I've heard people like Ian. He's a great follow for stock. Ian Dunlap from the EYL. He's really great to get some tips from. Wall Street Trapper, another great guy to get tips from. I don't know these guys individually or personally. I watched and consumed their content. Dan Burns, I think he's another great one. He's on the One Mental at a time. I think those are great guys to at least get you started and get you thinking about it. But dollar cost average, if you want put a portfolio together, I think even Charles Schwab, they could help with that. Or, any investment firm for that matter. You can call or go on the website or whatever. So that's that. But I don't think it's wrong. Like, you can make money in the stock market for sure. You could also lose money, but you really don't lose. When you talk about investing, you don't lose money until you sell. Once you sell, you lose money. Now, does that mean that you can't get into a bad situation or you're bleeding money? For sure. But I have friends that have done stocks and they've done very well for themselves, and they rave about it. I have family that's done very well. It's a great thing. I will be doing it. I'm getting into it. I'm going to start investing in it. But I'm a real estate guy. I understand it. I've been doing it for the last 20 years. Not personally, but I've been managing it. And finally got my own property, duplex. And it's been great. I rehabbed it, pulled permits. I went through a lot of different phases. So I got a real intimate knowledge. I will say it's one thing when you're working for someone, like I've done my whole career, and you have done these processes before, but when you're doing it with yourself and you're the one writing those checks, it means a little bit different. Just because it resonates a little more because you feel the pain if you mess up or something like that. But, real estate, what I love about it is, one, it could be levered. You can, and I don't know if stocks can, maybe you can, someone else will have to answer that question. But with real estate, you get cash flow every month. And I don't invest in real estate that does not cash flow day one. And for those of you who don't know, you should be looking at things that cash flow day one. And, you from your expense, after all your expenses, after everything's done, bottom line, what you walk away with should be some cash flow. And what I like to look for is, if you're asking or not asking, but if you're thinking what would be I consider a good deal, I think anywhere from 6 to 8%. If you can get that, great. Anything beyond that, to me, is a win. But I like 7. 7 is a solid number. I heard someone say it's not 10 and it's not 5. So 7 may be a good number for you. I don't know. You'll have to figure that out. But for me, I think 7 is good. I think the average savings account right now is bearing 5%. So if you can get 7%, I think that's a good return on your money. Solid return. And one thing I've learned in real estate is you're not swinging for the fences. You are trying to get on base, right? I think you very seldom do you come across in your career where you get home runs. I've worked in the industry a long time, and I've been a part of teams, acquisition teams. You don't get, and not every deal is a home run. But with every deal, you get appreciation, depreciation, cash flow, and you get the tax shelter. So those are 4 powerful tools that you get off one deal. So, I think what people are talking about when they talk about real estate bad, stock good, I think they mean buying a home. Hear me. If you're buying a home for your investment, you're missing the point. A home is not an investment. It's okay to say it. A home is not an investment. I do agree with that. People buy a house thinking it's investment. Now, it's trapped money. You can't get it until you sell the place. So, with that said, like, yeah, if you're comparing the stock market to buying a home, there's no comparison. Um, so but what I like to tell people to do is your first property, I like to house hack. House hacking to me is a cheat code to wealth, and I think that everyone should do it. Forgo your dream and your idea of having this beautiful home, the American dream of the white picket fence. That's a lie. Go get yourself a duplex, a triplex, or a quad. Live in one unit. Rent out the others, and let the others pay for your what you would be paying for rent or mortgage or whatever. It should almost cover, or if not cover, almost cover your expenses. Why wouldn't you do that? And then the money that you're saving every month, that can go to the savings account to buy the next property. If you did this one property or two properties a year, or I'm sorry, one property every 2 years, and then you stair step it down, you go 4, 3, 2, and then your one is the dream house you have. I don't see how that's a losing battle. Like, you'll have some monster cash flow every month. And the other thing that people, I think they'll talk about, because they maybe not real estate people, you get this thing called the Schedule E on your tax returns. And what that is, that just tracks the amount of money that you're receiving in rental income. After 2 years, in the IRS's eyes, you're considered a professional. And so you could use up to 75% of the rents to help you qualify for loans. So that's a little, you can't do that with stocks. So something to think about. What being a landlord is not, and be a good person. People always talk about tenants, termites, and toilets. But just be a good person. You'll get through it. You'll learn. You'll be some learning curves. Learn your local markets. You know, you will get burned, but you get burned in everything. You start a business, you're gonna have some hiccups. That's okay. Don't panic. Get through it. Make sure you have reserves. All those things. But one strategy that I'm gonna do, real estate will be my number one. Some of the cash flow from that real estate will get funneled into the stock market. And that's my strategy. And with real estate, you're kind of simultaneously starting a business as well. So you're like checking 2 of the 3 boxes that you need to really make money in this country. Real estate, business, stock market. Those are 3. Once you buy an investment property, you've checked 2 of the 3 boxes. Just that simple. So I just wanted to come on and debunk the theory that real estate is not a good investment. It is. Buying a home may not be, but if you do buy a home, there are ways to house hack that, but you need to get really creative, and you can rent out rooms and things of that nature and treat it like an investment. So there are ways around it. So it's just, if you live in a high cost area, I know a lot of people complain about that. It could be harder to, buy a property. I agree. Move. You got to move. I don't know what else to tell you. Unless you house hack or something like that and figure out a creative way, move. Stop complaining about it. It's a reality. Not everyone gets the best weather. You don't get to choose the best area sometimes. So just move. Problem solved. And people often get comfortable and don't want to sacrifice, but hey, I don't know what else to tell you. I did it, and I'm doing it. I had the American dream, nice house, and I wanted to buy a rental property. I didn't have the funds to do that, so I sold my house. Sold the house, bought a duplex, lived on one side, I moved my family maybe what was it? 4 times in maybe 2 years. But I believe in this dream. So, and it hasn't all worked out, but it's working out. Way better off today than I was when I started. Learned a lot, and it's gonna be good. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I think the juice was way worth the squeeze. The amount of equity that we've built and debt pay down. It's honestly, the first 5 years suck. No way around that. But just get through it, punch your clock, so you can get going. We weren't meant to work in boxes for 30 years. And I'm not knocking people who have done that, or I'm just saying, that's not going to get it done. Investing your money will, because we're being outpaced. The U.S. dollar is not looking good for the future. There's a lot of things to take into consideration, which is why I think you need to get going. And it's at this point, it's pretty common knowledge. It's time to start making preparations to, and this is not fear mongering, but it's time to make preparations to have a backup plan. So I know I am, and that's why I'm trying to get this investment thing off the ground to see what it looks like. But yeah, I hope this is helpful. Hopefully at least made you think. Take care. Again, apologize for the nasally thing, and I'm here in my robe. But hopefully you enjoyed this tree. All right, take care. Bye.